Welcome back to the wild. Today, we are deep within the tropical rainforest, a place where the air is thick with moisture and every shadow seems to hold a secret. The beauty of this place is undeniable, but it is also a realm where the laws of nature are absolute. As we tread carefully through the dense undergrowth, the vibrant greens of the ferns and the towering ancient trees create a sense of peace that is almost deceptive. Little did we know that just a few feet away, something massive was watching our every move, waiting in silence. Walking through these trails requires more than just physical strength. It requires a heightened sense of awareness. Every crackle of a dry leaf and every distant bird call tells a story. We were searching for rare flora, documenting the unique biodiversity of this ecosystem. The ground was soft under our boots, and the smell of damp earth was overwhelming. It felt like any other day in the field, but the atmosphere began to shift. The usual chorus of insects suddenly went quiet, leaving an eerie silence that sent a chill down my spine.
That's when I heard it, a sound that didn't belong to the wind or the trees. It was a heavy, rhythmic rustling coming from the tall grass just ahead. At first, I thought it might be a wild boar, or perhaps a large monitor lizard. I froze in my tracks, my heart beginning to thrum against my ribs. You learn to trust your instincts in the wild, and right now, my instincts were screaming at me to stop. I slowly reached for my camera, trying to remain as still as a statue while scanning the dense foliage for any sign of movement. Then I saw a patch of pattern that didn't match the surrounding greenery. It was a complex geometric design of browns, golds, and blacks. It was scales, massive, glistening scales reflecting the dappled sunlight. My breath caught in my throat as I realized the scale of what I was looking at. This wasn't just a snake, this was a titan. The sheer girth of the body coiled among the roots was larger than my own thigh. It remained motionless, perfectly camouflaged, a master of disguise, waiting for the perfect moment to reveal itself. Suddenly, the coils began to shift. The movement was slow, deliberate, and terrifyingly powerful. From beneath a canopy of broad leaves, the head emerged. It rose slowly, like a periscope from the depths of a dark ocean. The head was enormous, broad and muscular, with pits along its jaw that help it detect heat. It didn't strike, it just looked. Those cold, unblinking fixed directly onto mine. In that moment, time seemed to stand still. I was no longer a researcher. I was a witness to the raw power of an apex predator.
The sheer length of the creature became apparent as it started to uncoil. It seemed to go on forever. 3 meters, 5 meters, 7 meters, it just kept coming. It was a reticulated python, one of the largest species on the planet. Its presence was commanding, filling the entire space before me. The way it moved was mesmerizing, a fluid, liquid motion that defied its massive weight. It didn't make a sound as it glided over the forest floor, its muscles undulating beneath that beautiful but deadly patterned skin. I knew I had to maintain my distance. One wrong move, one sudden gesture, and the situation could turn from a sighting into a survival struggle. I began to back away, inch by inch, never taking my eyes off the snake. The adrenaline was surging through my veins, making my hands shake slightly. You can prepare for years to see something like this, but when you are actually standing in front of such a giant, all the preparation in the world doesn't stop the primal fear from taking hold of your heart. It's fascinating how these creatures have survived for millions of years. They are the ultimate specialists, evolved to perfection for life in the shadows. This python wasn't looking for trouble. It was likely just moving to a new hunting ground or looking for a spot to sunbathe. But its sheer size makes it a danger to anything that crosses its path. Seeing it in the wild, away from the glass of a zoo, gives you a profound respect for the balance of nature. We are guests in their world, and we must respect their boundaries.
As the snake continued its journey, it crossed a small stream. Watching it move through the water was a whole different experience. It was even more graceful, its body cutting through the surface with barely a ripple. The way the sunlight hit the wet scales created a rainbow effect, a brief moment of breathtaking beauty amidst the terror. It paused for a second at the water's edge, perhaps sensing a vibration in the ground, before disappearing into the thick reeds on the other side, vanishing as quickly as it had appeared.
I stood there for a long time after it was gone, just breathing. The jungle felt different now. The silence that had preceded the encounter was replaced by the return of the forest sounds. The birds started singing again, and the insects resumed their buzz. It was as if the forest itself had held its breath while the king passed through. My heart rate slowly returned to normal, but the image of those eyes and that massive body remained burned into my memory. It was a reminder that the world is still full of wonders and giants.
Encounters like these are a rare gift, but they also come with a responsibility. We must protect these habitats so that these magnificent creatures can continue to thrive. Habitat loss and human conflict are the biggest threats to their survival. If you ever find yourself in a situation like this, remember, keep your distance, stay calm, and never try to handle a wild animal of this size. Respect is the key to coexisting with the wild. It was an honor to share the forest with such a legend today, even if it was just for a few heart-stopping minutes. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey into the deep wild. Witnessing a giant snake like that is something I will never forget, and I hope you felt the tension and awe right along with me. If you enjoyed this encounter and want to see more wildlife adventures and hidden wonders of the world, don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Your support helps us continue exploring and documenting these amazing animals. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe out there in the wild.